The pro-government Constitutional Assembly voted in favour of polls being held before the end of April. President Nicolas Maduro says he's ready to run for a second six-year term if he's nominated by his ruling Socialist Party.
I am at the service of the people. If the Socialist Party, if the strength of the great patriotic people, if my working brothers, if the working class, if the women, if the youth believe that I should be the presidential candidate of the fatherland, of the revolutionary sectors that love this country, I am ready to be a presidential candidate if the social and political forces of the Bolivarian Revolution decide.
And Juan Carlos Lamas is following the story and joins me live from Caracas. Juan, did these twin announcements that the election will come in April and that President Maduro would like to run for president again come as any sort of a surprise?
The Venezuelan opposition has been demanding new elections for more than a year now, and they even held 4 months of anti-government protest over it last year. But the government refused to schedule elections. It comes as no surprise that President Maduro is interested in running again. What is a surprise is that the elections will take place in April. That gives the opposition very little time to get behind one candidate to run against the president. The announcement comes after the European Union imposed sanctions against 7 high-ranking officials for their role in cracking down on democratic freedoms and for violently crushing anti-Maduro protests last year. And President Nicolas Maduro says if the world wants to apply sanctions, we will apply elections.
So is the Venezuelan opposition having any kind of trouble fielding a candidate to challenge President Maduro?
Some of the opposition's most popular leaders, including Leopoldo Lopez, Enrique Capriles, and Antonio Ledesma, have been imprisoned, banned from running for office, and forced into exile. And now the Venezuelan opposition is divided into several different factions. During meetings with the government delegates in the Dominican Republic, opposition leaders have been pushing for the elections to be held in December, when presidential elections traditionally takes place, and for the Electoral Council to be staffed with neutral officials. But opposition supporters say the announcement today is an indication that the election will be neither free nor fair. Maduro is very unpopular in Venezuela, but some political analysts say even people who blame Maduro for the current economic crisis here are afraid if an opposition candidate is elected, the food basket provided by the government will no longer be available for them.
Yes, and what kind of reaction has there been across the globe to these latest developments out of Venezuela?
Foreign ministers and representatives from countries like Mexico, Peru, Canada, Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, and the United States rejected the decision of the Venezuelan government to call for presidential elections on April this year. For them, this decision makes democratic, transparent, and credible presidential elections impossible in accordance with international standards, and contradicts democratic principles to continue with a dialogue between the Venezuelan government and the opposition.
Okay, Juan Carlos Lamas, thank you for that update from Caracas.